pellets.
Fried pellets, yeah. Oh, dude, I love Burger King's fried pellets, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. It's just something about the way Burger King makes them. I don't like Burger King that much, but trust me, their fried pellets are like enough to check them out. We're starting it out on small battlefield, small lol field for this matchup going in. I feel like this could be a good matchup. Not a good matchup, but I feel like this could be like a good stage pick for either of these characters, or for being completely honest. I feel like this is the kind of stage where I feel like if you don't know the Mega Man matchup, the character can just super overwhelm you by just like creating no space for you to really get away from his pellets. And if the Palu really does sort of know the matchup, if you would, it can spell just as hard of a time for Mega Man, because then Mega Man is not going to have much space to get around. You know, the platforms are going to make it super easy super easy for you, I should say, to just spam those up airs below Antimony and just putting him up into the air for that clean 80%.
Yeah, this is very, like, on the Palu, like, sort of a knowledge check, like you were saying earlier. It's like, if you don't know the Mega Man matchup, you're gonna have to deal with, like, approaching Mega Man, which Palu, in general, doesn't want to do. She's, like, generally keeping characters out and playing defensively. But if you figure out how to do that against Mega Man, now Mega Man's put in an awkward position where now he has to approach, where generally Mega Man wants to just keep you out with projectiles. So, it's kind of up to the Palu, how well they know the matchup.
Pretty much, my friend, pretty much. It's, oh my god, speaking of knowing the matchup, reflecting from the platform. The vertical reflector, not something you see very often, but Antimony's showing you guys that out here in full force in this winner's quarterfinal. Alright. I actually really like the crash bomb right there, sort of creating a no-fly zone for, so not a no-fly zone, a no-edge-guard zone for Antimony. Because what else would a Palutena want to do against a recovery that has no invincibility besides, you know, spam down tilt by the ledge? And you, of course, putting that down there to make sure that cannot happen. And I gotta ask, that says @Edwin here. Is this Edwin? Is this the artist formerly known as Edwin? Did he change his tag?
Wait, really?
It says his Twitter right there says @Edwin.
Oh, shoot.
And if that's the case...
Bro, I haven't seen Edwin...
He's gonna have a much harder time, because this guy...
Yeah, Edwin's good.
He's really good.
Edwin's really good. Very... You didn't see much of him in... Or no, you saw a lot of him in 4, and then after a certain point, he's kind of like showed up like maybe twice a year, and just every time he did show up, he made moves.
Yeah, I remember at Shine 2017, he almost beat Salem on stream. Like with Pac-Man. That was when Bayonetta was a thing.
Yeah, this is Smash 4 Salem and Smash 4 Bayo against Smash 4 Pac-Man.
Yeah, and he literally almost won that set. To put into perspective for you guys just how good this guy is, and clearly showing it full force against Antimony right here. Definitely going to have a little bit of a mountain to climb, especially now that he is down a stock, but the percentage is even at the very least. He's got that going for him. Biggest brain explosive flame I've ever seen in my life, doing the far explosive flame and forcing himself to go back to the ledge. Gave up stage control forward for sure, but hey, he hit it. It's all that mattered for him at the end of the day, but the mileage didn't get him that far.
Goodness.
Wow.
Reflecting the hard knuckle. It's kind of funny.
He actually put him between a knuckle and a hard place.
Yeah. So I think one thing that's kind of hurting Antimony a lot in the matchup is just... Oh my goodness. Wow, look at the auto reticle still on Mega Man.
Yeah, you can see it. That was what his downfall was right there. Not going for a reflector and not even holding shield or anything to deal with the Mega Buster right there. Instead, just trying to whip out a projectile of his own in a spot that really was just not safe of him to do so out of the corner right there. I mean, I definitely don't blame him for trying to mix up his options out of the corner like that. I mean, he was having a hard time, especially, you know, he was having a hard time just getting back to the stage against you right there. It was really not easy for him. So I don't blame him in that one instance that he wanted to sort of keep his distance. I feel like you kind of conditioned him to be a little afraid at that time whenever he was in the corner. And when you're afraid against Mega Man, you're just going to get hit by every single thing that he has. And that's when you sort of start to get steamrolled, so on and so forth. So I definitely don't blame Antimony for trying to do an option like that out of the corner, but it's in situations like that where you really just have to learn to keep your cool and know what options beat out what Mega Man's has. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think one thing that Antimony did, or was kind of struggling with in the matchup, was just getting off of the platforms. Because you shield pressure was like amazing. Like it was just Z-drop Metal Blade, double jump back air back. And, you know, if it hit, it was good damage. If it didn't hit, Mega Man was still safe.
Mm-hmm. And now we're just upgrading this battlefield a little bit, putting it up to full battlefield size. Antimony, if I had to take a guess personally at why Antimony would want to do this, I guess that I'm assuming that he just wants to sort of keep Edwin in the air a little bit longer. I feel like he feels like he might have a little bit harder of a time getting down with these platforms, especially against Palutena and her bread and butter combos, I suppose. But regardless of whatever stage you pick against MegaMan, whatever character that you play, when you're fighting this character, I cannot possibly express how important it is to know what moves your character has that beat out the pellets. I cannot express how important that is. And if your character doesn't have very many practical or reliable moves that beat out the pellets, good luck. You're not going to have an easy time against this character. This is how MegaMan gets his kicks. This is his bread and butters. This is a big part of his neutral as well. This is the kind of thing it's the kind of move that makes people say they hate MegaMan. He is what's wrong with the game. You know, if you don't have a move that stuffs out the pellets, you're gonna have to work a lot harder.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that can sometimes happen on stages. If you recover in a weird spot against the ledge, you just won't grab it with teleport, or at least with Palu. Like it can happen on SmashBros too. I think Unova is probably the biggest example of it happening, but
yeah,
you know, it's very rare on like every other on like SmashBros or Battlefield.
Yeah, it's just all about how you hold the stick while you're doing the warp, I suppose. The thing with the move is that, like, you know, you control where you're going with it while your character is teleporting. So if you're holding up while you're just underneath the wall like that, you'll sort of ride the wall, if you would. Like, your character is still moving against the wall. You just can't see it because, like, the character is, like, warping, and it's just the aesthetic effect of the move, you know? But that's what's actually happening in game. At least
yeah, I think that's a good way of saying it. Yeah, okay. I think one of the reasons also Antimony wanted to pick Battlefield was the ability to recover to that top middle platform instead of being forced to go to the side platforms. Because like I said earlier, the side platforms was where you was getting a lot of shield pressure opportunities. But if you go to the top platform, you can't get that as easily. At least maybe that's what Antimony's hoping for.
I mean, at the very least, you know, both these characters are going to have a harder time getting down. You know, the platforms can really create a sort of aura where your landings are a lot more linear. And if you do the right option against MegaMan's up air, it doesn't matter how high those blast zones are. They are going to kill you straight outright. Antimony jumping out of MegaMan's up air. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the one thing you do not want to do against MegaMan's up air when you get hit by that. The actual counterplay is to SDI it down. Make sure you just, you know, you're going to take the damage of the move. But doing it again, right there. He went. If he was at higher percent, the exact same thing would have happened right there. But Antimony doing what so many players do against that move, just panicking and jumping out of it. That is the worst thing you can possibly do going up against that move. And I understand why some players do it. They feel like jumping out of combos is just the optimal thing for so many other moves and whatnot, and what have you. As the back air is going to take the stock for you, but that is not the counterplay right there. You can't let the fear seep in when you're fighting a character like MegaMan, because that is when he's going to start to really overwhelm you with all the little needling projectiles that he has. That's when you get tilted. That's when you start doing the wrong options, and that's when you lose 2-0 to you to get sent down to the loser's bracket. Edwin, moving on. You like to see it. And there you go.
You going to top 16. So that is